Lucius Allen, former UCLA great, and just finished your rookie season with the Seattle Supersonics. How do you find professional basketball? Wooden of UCLA. What is it about this man that brings out the best in his players?
Well, Coach Wooden is probably about the best coach in the nation simply because he teaches fundamentals so well. Like he drills you, and pretty soon those fundamentals start turning into moves. I remember there were certain drills that we would run in school, whereas just it seemed the dumbest thing in the world, his little half stutter step type thing. And I found myself that's the basic move that a guard has to make, when handling the ball and trying to move laterally. So, I think it's his great knowledge of the game of fundamentals and great knowledge of the game as it's progressing. He doesn't get out there and act like a spectator. He really is thinking about the game and thinking about what he has to do to win, to get the momentum going his way.
He also seems to operate with the basic dignity of every man, and I don't care who you are if you're doing the job you're playing on this team.
That is true. Coach Wooden, he doesn't worry about what you're doing outside. He just worries about what you're doing on the court because that's what matters while you're on the court with him. And also, he tries to instill in his ball players the quality of, trying to be a man. And I think he probably looks to this more than anything because of the fact that he's the type of man he is. He's a sensitive man and a highly intelligent man, and he has very good use of psychology over his ball players. So, I think that has a lot to do with it also.
Well, Lucius, good luck to you in your sophomore year.
Thank you, Tom.
Get a full, I'll walk, I'll start from back there. Oh.
Hot Rod Hundley, you're all smiles, darling.
You better believe it, Hawk. We got a big victory tonight. First win for the Phoenix Suns in playoff history. Of course, this is only their second year in existence. They beat the Lakers 114-101.
And Rod, you said that the fans were falling out of the stadium. How?
Well, Hawk, with 3 minutes left in the game, they were down about 10 points. 17,500 fans got up and left the building to the delight of me.
Now, Rod, you took over the announcing chores of the Phoenix Suns at mid-season due to a tragic accident that resulted in the death of the head man there.
Unbelievable, Hawk. Bob Vache, who incidentally was named the 1969 winner of the Sportscaster of the Year award for Arizona, the sixth time he's won this award. And Bob was killed on January the 15th at night and about 12:30 in the morning, and we had a game the next night against Seattle. I read about it in the paper. I was shocked. In fact, I cried. The man was a lovely man, and it was certainly a tragedy.
Rod, in due respect to the gentleman, and we're very sorry that it happened to him, this is a very big break for you and something that you've always looked forward to, coming into play-by-play announcing.
I think the toughest thing, Tommy, was not trying to stay up with the ball. I'm talking about radio only now. When you're doing radio, a lot of times, especially for a guy that's never done it like myself, the first time, the biggest tip I got was to not try and stay with every pass. Let the ball catch up with the ball. But if you try to backtrack and pick up names of people that handle the ball, by the time that shot is taken, you're going to lose momentum of the game and you'll be out of it. So I thought this was the toughest thing for me to learn to do, and the first move I had to make as far as correction, as far as doing the games.
Rod, you had a 6-year career in professional basketball, and you're a basketball analyst. How do you see this series?
Well, I see it a little differently now. I thought, seriously, after that first game, I didn't think we had much of a chance because Chamberlain played great, and I thought that Wilt wouldn't play that good. I've got to hand it to the big guy. He fought, got himself in shape, and he played like he wanted to win. And I said, if he's playing great, there's no stopping him as long as Baylor and West are healthy. But tonight it was a different story, and Connie Hawkins was just super. He had 34 points and 20 rebounds and a fabulous player, a lot of Elgin Baylor moves.
Would you agree that a guy by the name of Hawkins has to be good?
There's no question in my mind, Tommy or Connie.
Rod, can the Suns beat the Lakers in this series?
I think so now, Tommy. They're confident. They're going home now for 2 games. Of course, you can't go back there and split like they did here. You're coming back with a disadvantage again. They've got to win both games. If they do, they'll be in front 3-1, and naturally they would be a favorite then. But they're a confident ball club. We're getting great play by Paul Salas. He's doing a great job defensively. At 6'7", he has to play against Wilt. Defensively, he's given away 5 inches in height or even more. And Hawkins, of course, at times has swung in there and played against Wilt. I personally feel they should let Wilt handle the ball. not fronting, because when he's got the ball, he's going to take the fall-away jump shot. And when he takes that fall-away jump shot, send the horses down the other end and hope for the rebound, because Wilt puts himself out of position. If he makes the shot, naturally, there's nothing you can do about it. But when you front him, they lob the ball over the defensive man's head, and then Wilt's in there for those slam dunks, and he doesn't miss those.
Well, Rod, for as long as I've known you, and that's been some 10 years, it's always been my pleasure.
It's always been a little slice of heaven with you, Hawk. I miss you on the road.
Miss being there.
I know what you mean.
Ready? Mindy Rudolph, the Dean of NBA Referees. You're here for the Laker-Phoenix series. How do you see this series?
Well, it's going to be a long one, Tommy. The way the kids played tonight, your Phoenix team and the Laker team played great ball. The Phoenix team was a little bit stronger tonight, and this could be 6, could be 7.
Mindy, let's talk about refereeing for a bit. Is there any difference for you in the playoffs than it is in regular series? Jump from the NBA to the ABA. What was your initial reaction?
Well, it was disappointment more than anything else. I had no fear that we'd get through the season in flying colors, which we've done. The fellas that we brought up were extremely strong. I miss these guys. They were my friend.
One of your most memorable moments in basketball?
Oh, Tom, I wish I could answer that very quickly, but I'd have to sit down and think them out. There's been so darn many of them. And the strange part about it is every time one happens, you say something like this can never happen again, and yet as the years go on, one seems to surpass the other, and they keep, the dramatic moments keep happening all the time. That's what makes it so exciting and very, very, well, it's not glamorous, but it's just exciting to keep working.
Well, Mindy, as a player for 10 years, I've always respected your work, and I'm sitting in the stands now with the fans, and you're just as much appreciated there. Good luck to you, and a long career.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Paul Silas, congratulations on a good win tonight. Looks like you guys mean business.
We do, Tommy. We came here to win. The first game we weren't very successful, but we thought that if we could come back and play our game, that we would win this game, and now all the pressure's on L.A. We go back to Phoenix, and we have 2 games back there, and they're going to have to come ready to beat us.
Actually, okay, rolling. Van, you got your split here in Los Angeles. Is this what you came after?
Well, Tom, we were hoping for 2 here, but we're very happy that we got the split. I think with LA having the 4-game to 3 edge, we definitely had to win one here if we're going to take the series. And going back home 1-1 with 2 games in Phoenix, we're very happy.
You think you can take them twice in Phoenix?
I think we can if we play the type of game we're capable of, yes.
These 2 teams match up pretty well.
Yeah, well, of course, it's what we try to do is get the ball into the Hawk as much as possible, and with Chamberlain guarding Silas, he's been very effective for us underneath. With these 2 guys, with the scoring punch that they've been giving us, we're going to try to go underneath as much as possible.
Connie Hawkins, you're doing just about everything anyone could ask of you out there, and it was a great win tonight.
Yes, it was, Tom. I think if we hadn't won the game tonight, we would have went back to Phoenix with a defeated attitude, and I'm glad the ball players came off and played a great game tonight.
Connie, what's the game plan against the Lakers? Does it change from game to game?
Yes, it does change from game to game. You have certain situations that come about in the game. You have different ball players that come into the game, and you have to adjust according to, like if Coach Mahaney makes a move, then Jerry has to compensate and make a move. Or if our coach makes a move, then Mahaney has to compensate and makes a move.
Connie, what is it about this team against the Suns? Do you match up as well as you do with other teams?
No, I don't think we match up as well as we do with other things. I think what it is that you have such great players like Chamberlain and Weston Bell that you're playing against, and you want to beat them so bad. I mean, sometimes you probably play over your head, but just being out there against guys like that, your adrenaline flow, and you just want to beat guys like this. And I think every time you play against guys like that, you try and go all out and play the best you can.
Connie, now I notice that at certain situations, excuse me, Connie, I notice at certain situations during a game, you will play center and then you will move out to forward. Are you more comfortable at one position than another?
Well, I'm more comfortable at forward, but I think playing against the Lakers, I don't want to be down at center with Chamberlain guarding me, so I'd much rather play forward.
Former Laker Jerry Chambers playing against his former Laker teammates and had a great night for the Suns this evening. How do you feel?
Feels great, Tom. I think it's one of my better games of the year. I've scored more points in other games, but playing the entire game, going to the boards, and this was my this is my best game of the year. I'll take this one as my best one since we beat the Lakers.
Chambers, what do you feel that the Suns have to do to beat the Lakers?
Well, like tonight, we beat them on the boards. I feel this is the key to the whole thing. If we can keep Wilt off the boards, box him out, and play, and just cut Elgin and Happy's rebounding out altogether, we can beat them, and we did that tonight. And this is the key. I think this is the key to most of the games in the playoff. If we beat the boards, nobody's going to beat us because we run.
Well, Jerry, you're going back to Phoenix. What's your game plans there?
Well, it changed from game to game. I don't know what our game plan will be for the next 2 games in Phoenix, but I do know that we'll be working on our defense and just concentrating on the boards because we got the shooters like Connor is fantastic and Paul and beating the boards, and we just have to work on our defense and keep going.
So you do feel that you have the strength to beat the Laker team?
Oh, no doubt about it in my mind. I know we can beat them.